Previous video, we have learned about the correlated subqueries and the joining in the SQL. Now we are going to explain the joining with some practical example using our employee table and the department table. So let's start. Show the name of the employees and his department. So we're going to connect, or we are going to join the employee table with the department table, because we are going to get the name of the employee from the employee table and going to get the name of the department from the department table. We need to perform the inner join of these two. Natural join here we cannot use because there is no common attribute between employee table and the department table. So this is how we are going to perform, and what data we are selecting from the natural join result. We are selecting the employee name, e.ename and d.dname. We have also done this using the correlated subqueries in the part 1 of our video lecture. So you can see that we are going to get this kind of result. So you can use the where we can use this type of notation also, and you are going to get the similar result. So from this you can see that to solve a query we can use different methods. This problem we have solved in the part 1 of our discussion using the concept of correlated subqueries. So let us take another example. Here what we are doing, we are the question is show all the employee number and name and their manager number and manager name and the manager number. Now where can I get the manager number and the manager name? It is available in the employee table itself. So let us take the employee table. Now here what we are doing, we are, for simplicity, we are reducing the numbers of attribute in the employee table. In the first part, here we are using the employee table, aliasing the employee table as E, and we are selecting EMP number, ename and MGR number. Here we are performing the same thing but aliasing the employee table as E. The way to solve this one is we are going to check the manager number of this E table. This is my E, this is my M. So we are going to check the manager number with the EMP number of the M table. Now if they are matching, then the name of the employee will be selected, that is e.ename as well as e.emp number. Now from the E table, and from the manager table or from the M table, what we are going to select? We are going to select the m.ename and m.emp number. Now see what is happening. MGN number is equals to the m.emp number. So here there is null, so this one will not be selected. Next, here the MGN number is 7369. So this value will be checked with this value, and as those are matching, so we are going to select the Alan, who is the employee, and his manager is Smith. Because his manager employee number is 7369 and the name of that employee who is having that employee number 7369 is Smith. So Alan's manager is Smith. Similarly for Stuart, his manager number is E7499. So the employee name of the E7499 employee ID is Alan. So Stuart his manager is Alan. In this way, we are going to solve the query. So this is my query. So this is my query. Select e.emp number and e.ename and m.ename, where we are arising at as m under means the manager name, and m.emp number as the manager number from employee, and we are using that same table. So employee m. Here e.mgr number, as we have done in case of the example, e.manager number is equals to m.emp number, and by running this query you are going to get the employee and their respective managers. So Alan, his manager is Smith. Similarly, Ward's manager is Smith, and Blake manager is Sammy. So the next problem is show the employees earning more than finance manager in Mumbai. So here we are going to use the joining concept as well as the subquery concept. In the inner query, we are going to get the salary of the finance manager in Mumbai, and we are going to get the job of the person from the employee table, but the department name and in the department location will come from the department table. So we need to join the employee table with the department table. Now, when we are joining the employee table with the department table, we need to consider the common attribute here, DPT number and DP number of the employee table and the department table respectively are the common attribute. So here what we are doing in the inner query, we will selecting e.salary from employee E and department D, where e.dpt number and d.dp number, here we are performing the joining. Then we are selecting the person whose job profile is M. Not only that, the department name is finance and the location is Mumbai. So the inner query is going to give me the salary of the finance manager in Mumbai location. Now when I get that salary, we need to check we need to get the employees who are getting more salary than that particular salary. So select ename from employee where salary is greater than the inner query. So the total query will going to give me the desired output. So the next problem is says that show the name of the department and the number of employees working in the department in any city. So the name of the department will come from the department table and the employee information will come from the employee table. So it is clear that we need to join the department table and the employee table. But we are not going to join them in the where clause. We are going to join them in an inner query, and that inner query result will be the relation of the from clause of the outer query. So in the inner query, we are going to join the department table and the employee table, and we are going to select the department name and the employee name, what we are doing over here. And we are performing the joining using the inner join clause. Now, then what we are going to get. So let us first run this one, and you can see that we are going to get the department name and the employee number who is working in that department. Now, this is the relation we are going to use in the from clause. Now, how we are going to use? Depending on the D name. So, if I are going to group depending on the D name, so there will be four groups. One is for operation, one is for finance, one is for production, and one is for sales. Now, after grouping them, what we are going to do? We are going to count the number of employee in each and every group. So this is the inner query, which will give me the relation for the from clause, and we are arising that relation as the D. Then we are performing a group by depending on the D.D name. So depending on the D name, each and everything will be grouped, and we are counting in the select part, we are printing the department name and the count of the employee number. So finally, this will give me the numbers of employee. So this will give me the numbers of employee working in each and every department. So you can see that in finance department, there are 2 employees. In production, there are 5. In sales, there are 3. And in operation, there is 1. So in total, there are 11 employees. And if you remember, in the employee table, there are 11 employees available. Now we are going to discuss about the outer join available in the SQL language. So you will know that there are 3 kinds of outer join: left outer join, right outer join, and full outer join. In case of left outer join, all the tuples present in the left relations will be there, and in the right relation, if there is no matching pair of attribute or attribute value, then it will be filled with blank. Similarly, in case of right outer join, all the tuples present in the right relation will be in the result, but if there are some tuples which are not matching with the condition, then it will filled with null. Similarly, in case of full outer join, all the tuples from left relation and the right relations will be there. In case there are some non-matching tuples, it will be filled up with the null value. So in this case, we are going to use the student table, the subject table, and the teacher table. The subject table having 5 tuples and their subject code and the subject name. In case of student table, the student name and the student code are the 2 attributes, and in teacher's table, the teacher name and the subject code are the 2 attributes. Here, the subject code in both of the student table and the teacher table are actually the foreign key referring to the subject code of the subject table. Now, so let us take how we are going to use the different outer join, that is the left and right and the full outer join in the SQL language. So in case of left outer join, the joining clause will be left outer join. Now in case of the right outer join, the joining clause will be right outer join, and obviously in case of full outer join, the joining clause will be full outer join. Now, so the query will goes like: select the s.s name from subject S. So we are selecting the subject name from subject, where we are left outer joining the subject with the student, which is represented by st. After that, the on clause will give me on which attribute the joining will be done, or on which condition the joining will be done. So s.scode equals to st.scode. These 2 are the common attribute in both of the table. Now here we are using another where clause, and in the where clause what we are saying that st name, so student name, st represent the student table, so student name is null. So it will select only those subject names where in this the join will give in the result of the join the student name is null. So this query is going to basically give me the subject name which is not selected by or chosen by any of the student. So let us run this query and see what the output we are getting. So if we run this query, you can see that the subject which is not chosen by any of the student is the DBMS. So let us verify with our table. So you can see that no student have selected the EE70EE604B subject. So that subject name is DBMS. So that is why we are getting that the DBMS is not selected by any of the student. So it will be better if we not only put the subject name as well as put the subject code, so that if there is a repetition of name, that confusion will be erased. So you can see that we are getting the subject code as well as, so from here we can say that this subject is not being selected by any of the student. Next, we are going to discuss about the right outer join. For right outer join, problem statement goes like show name of all the faculties and their corresponding subject. Now, instead of using the right outer join, we can solve this using the left outer join also. Before that, let us discuss what if we do not go for any outer joint and go for the inner joint. So we are going to get the subject name from the subject table and the teacher name from the teacher table. So we need to join the teacher table and the subject table, and for the time being let us join it with the inner join. So if we run this query, you can see that we are getting the teachers and their corresponding subject, but you can see that the teacher RK does not have any subject associated with him, so it will not be shown in the output. So that is not my exact output what is required. The output, it is required that it will show all the teachers' name and their corresponding subject. So here what we are going to do, in the outer join, we are going to use the right outer join. Now it can be solved with left outer join also. In the right outer join, we are putting the teacher relation in the right hand side of the joining operator. So the teacher relation is the right relation. So as the rule of right outer join, all the tuples of the right relation will be there, and if there is no matching tuple in the left relation, that thing will be filled up with null. So here all the teachers' name will be available, but if there is no subject available to that teacher, then at that time it will be blank. So instead of right outer join, if I put the teacher relation at the left relation and use left outer join, then it will going to give me the same result. So let us run that query and see what output we are getting. So you can see that we are getting all the teachers' name and their corresponding subject, and as RK does not have any subject, so his subject name field is showing blank. Now for the full outer join, the full outer join problem statement goes like it will show the student who does not have any teacher associated with him, or it will show all the teachers who does not have any student under him. In this query, we are going to use full outer join because we need all the tuples from the student table as well as the teachers table. So we are putting the student table in the left hand side of the joining, and the teachers table will be my right relation. So what is the common attribute? The subject code is the common attribute, so we are joining on basis of the subject code. Here we are adding that condition. We will show only the teacher's name where the student name is null, or we are going to show the student name where the teacher's name is null in the joint table or the relation joint table, what we are joint table which we are getting by using the full outer join. So before running this query, let me show you what the output we are getting if I do not use the where clauses. So we are going to show all the attributes. So you can see that we are getting the output like this. Now using the where clause, we are selecting that faculties who does not have any student. So the student name field will be null. So PD and RK will be selected as those faculty, and also we are selecting those student who does not have any faculty associated with him. Here MNO, DEF and MNO will be selected as the student who does not have any faculty associated with him. So you can see that we are going to get this result when we are adding the where clause to solve our problem. So that's it for today's video. In this part of the video lecture, we have seen some example of joining in SQL. We have discussed some examples where we are going to use the outer join. Hopefully you are finding these lectures useful. See you in the next video. Thank you.